Good thing I hadn't spoken up to that point. I've killed 13 ice stallions off stream today on this very path. I'm trying a different path this time. I used to go from the door. Now I'm going from the corner. Because when I went from the door, I'd go by 2 spawns, maybe even 3. Judging by the directions. There we are. I wonder how far in that is. So that's... okay, that's pretty far in. Makes one. I don't know if it's the same spawn as the other ones, so... yeah, still eating. Don't have much time though, and there's ice cream melting. See, it's a slightly different direction. It might be the same spawn. But it could be a different spawn. Ah, didn't quite swap in time. Okay. Let me just be here. Hi, Spliff. Up horses. That's the 14th. No, if it's of the same spawn, then I don't even know. I currently have at least 2 spawns since they're supposed to die out permanently after 10. Nothing? Nothing. Well, if that's related to your PC, then ventilation, I suppose, or air conditioning. I think it's like this is the fourth or the fifth one. I had a very easy time keeping track of the count while I wasn't streaming. And now that I am again, I've already lost count. How many Prism Stones is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, about the same out as when I went from the front door. Wait a minute. I forget to swap rings, for chance. I forgot to swap rings. Well, let me actually make use of this opportunity. To heal. Heal and eat. So, any idea what the cause could be? Because I can tell you from living in the same room as my hardware that it does put out a lot of heat. In terms of Fahrenheit, it's about 20 degrees hotter in here than the rest of the house. Which I guess would be about 11 degrees centigrade. Hmm. Yeah, 4 degrees per p per second is pretty nice. I mean, that would cool your PC, but it may also make your room itself hotter. Because your PC is exhausting its heat into your room. And I mean, electronics are also fairly durable. We like to think of them as delicate, and that's helpful for maintaining them, but they are pretty durable. I have an idea on the... Hmm. temperature in my room because my AC came with a remote controller that has a thermostat on it. Unfortunately, it's only in Fahrenheit. I can't switch it to Celsius, so I only know it in Fahrenheit, and I'd prefer it be Celsius. Yeah. I live in a small room. And it has a radiator in it, as does every room. But this being small and the radiator being an old style, so it doesn't like adjust for room size or anything, it just pumps out heat at the same rate as every other radiator. That makes my room. It was warmer before, but I think maybe only by a little bit if the heat wasn't on. Because I've always had electronics in my room. Even before I had a PC, I had like my parents got me a TV when I was in fourth grade, so I could have my consoles up here, and those were almost always on. And those are I didn't realize this until I think Sandy, Hurricane Sandy hit back in however many years ago it was now. Those consoles were actually generating most of the heat in my room. What was keeping it cozy and comfortable. Because without those, it was freezing. And I'd say my desktop setup is probably putting out even more heat because it's two monitors and a desktop itself with a fan type cooling instead of liquid cooling. Liquid cooling would be better, I think, for. It seems to be just a better cooling method overall, but it is more expensive. Because you aren't exhausting the heat into your room, and it's also more efficient than just passing air over it. The liquid can conduct more heat. But you've already built your PC, so c'est la vie. I use that without fully understanding what the phrase means. uh, health is. This ice cream is quite melted right now. Well, it's melty. Alright. I'm not done with my dessert. But quite frankly, I'd either get a brain freeze or a somewhat upset stomach with just how much cold I am shoving down my digestive tract right now. So I'll give it a break. Hopefully it's not liquid by the time I get back to it. Oh fuck. We're definitely getting close to 20 killed ice stallions on this route, which means I'm definitely hit at least 2 spawn zones. Yeah, I'd asked if you knew what was causing the heat in your room, but, you know, or not knew, but if you had an idea. But you just said you're changing rooms, so that's not as critical a question to ponder anymore. Really glad I have this safe straight line now. Still feel a little tense because maybe one will blindside me, but it hasn't happened. It really hasn't. See, we're already here. Oh, yeah, that could be an issue too. Well, if you have like blinds, I guess, to block out the sun, that could help. It'll also make your room dark. Which, that's honestly debatable. I generally prefer a dark room, but if you like live in a dark room with bright screens, that contrast causing your eye to bounce back and forth between very dark and very bright can wear them out for the long term. Short term, maybe they get bloodshot, maybe they don't. But like long term, it's degrading eyesight. This is the path I went on before. And it definitely goes by 2 spawns. Maybe even 3. It's at like 9 prism stones out. I would first get my stallions. 3, 4. Okay. And that makes 5. 6. And 7. And 8 in time for the blizzard. Nothing. 9. Right on cue. What's nice about this is I can just retreat behind here, causing them to come to me. So yeah, I killed 13 on this route, and we killed maybe about 5 on the other alternate route. Probably shares at least 1 spawn zone with this route. Does this make a total of 19 kills? Ow. Didn't think it'd be that close. Oh. Oh, I think I forgot to rest. I don't have replenishment, then I forgot to rest. Alright. Oh yeah, I bought the two things, or rather, just two things from Warframe. The two that you couldn't get with Plat. And there's a third I'm considering, but that would bring the total up to $21. And if it was $20, then alright, I'd allow it, but 21. Hmm. That's a tough call. Also, highly considering a Fallout New Vegas as something to buy. I'm thinking I'll just wait for Steam sales to buy stuff. So even though it's $20 right now to get like the entirety of everything that is New Vegas space game and DLCs, maybe I could get it for $5. Yeah, aside from that, I'm not really sure what I want to do. What I wanted to do today in Warframe. I did some focus farming, and then I started doing some rat shares, Kuva farming. But like, I'm kind of settled with the Riven roles I've got. I might have just used a lot of jargon without you knowing a lick of what I just said. Just use common tongue in that universe. So focus farming. That's because there's. You've seen the kid form that I've got. The operator form. Well, there's like 5 schools that are basically 5 different skill trees that you can earn focus points for to invest in those skill trees. For operating your operator form specifically. And I do have like limited effect in your Warframe. But only limited, it's mostly to make your operator form stronger. And focus farming is just going into game mode Sanctuary Onslaught, which is just endless horde with extremely high spawn rates. And you fail the mission, or rather the mission completes. So you can't really fail it unless you run out of lives. But you quote unquote fail the mission if you don't kill things fast enough. Like there's a percentage bar that goes down over time, and you replenish it by killing everything. So it's just as you get further and further in, the enemies get tougher and the bar depletes faster. And that's just like the best way to get focus. So, did that, and what's irksome about doing that is because I like to do it early in the morning, like start of my day, but it's like halfway, it's like 12 hours off from when the daily refresh happens and everybody in general does their focus farming. So I get some randoms, and it's usually they decide to bail like 2 or 3 waves in because after each zone completion, it's a time limit, so like 2.5 minutes in a zone to kill stuff, and then the conduit gets open that leads you to the next zone with the tougher enemies in a different map. And a lot of pugs will just chicken out at like 2 or 3 zones, even though like the good rewards start at zone 4, and it goes until zone 8 for like the reward cycle. Then it cycles back to the start, so you generally don't go beyond zone 8. Unless you want to try how far you can go. But it's just, sure, they can leave, and alright, that makes things a little harder. I am on a nuke frame designed for it, that I've designed for it, so fine. But then it causes a host migration, because PvE in Warframe is peer-to-peer. And when there's a host migration, things bug the fuck out. Like, what most commonly happens is my pet goes missing, which completely disappears, and my pet is responsible for healing me. So, like, fuck these pugs. Really, fuck these pugs. Then there's times where they actually, like, stick with me to the end, and that's nice, because they do make things easier if they stick through. But yeah, there's like a daily focus cap, which at the start I thought, how could you ever hit that focus cap? It's like something like 350,000 focus points, and you only get like maybe like 200 or a couple of thousand in a mission if if you get a lot of XP. And I'm like, how could you get 350k XP in a day? And then I started doing Sanctuary Onslaught, and I'm getting like 150,000 per run. I'm like, okay, I see how they have a daily focus cap right now. And here there's that. Rad shares are just rad shares. That's standard stuff I do for training, and you get some plat along the side, or new items, either or. It can take a while though to get a group filled depending on time of day and what relic you're going for. Yeah. And then Kuva farming, right? I've made it a habit just to go Kuva farming because I have ribbons, a lot of ribbons for some stuff that I like. And the thing with ribbons is you only get these, I think, when you unlock. You can only, or can possibly get them, I think, when you unlock sorties. I forget when you unlock sorties. But the ribbons are randomly generated mods for a specific weapon, not a weapon class like rifles or shotguns or swords. No, for a specific weapon, like the Ak Bronco or the Dakra Prime, or the Sedulous Era, or the Cedo. For one weapon, randomly generated mod, with random stats on it. Because they're random stats, they can be absolutely broken as fuck. Or absolutely garbage. And you use the resource Kuva to re-roll the stats on it. And when you re-roll the stats, you can choose to keep the old stats or take the new generated ones. So you aren't like stuck with the new crappy roll if you decide to keep gambling with it. And I was re-rolling a Docker Prime Ribbon for a while because I was using that in my focus farming build, and I never really got one that was good for light attack builds, which is what I usually do. But the one I have right now is pretty good for heavy attack builds, so I'm fine with it. I've settled. 50 rerolls is enough. 50 rerolls is a lot, by the way. Like, a lot. It's a lot of rerolls in one ribbon. But it's been done over time. And I'm still farming Kuva, though, kind of out of habit. And also because there may be other ribbons that I want to try to reroll to make better, maybe. Like, they're already good, but let's see if we can roll them better, kind of thing. Except for one. There's this Pangolin Prime Ribbon I forgot that I did reroll twice and got a god roll on that second roll, and I'm just not going to reroll that thing again. Because I do not want to be tempted into passing up the god roll I currently have for something that looks better but is actually worse. Because that happened with my Attica Ribbon. So I had an Attica Ribbon that I've rerolled like 6 times, got a really good roll, and I rerolled it again just because the first 10 rolls are pretty cheap compared to the other ones in terms of Kuva costs. And like, I got one that, like, hey, this looks like it's better than the current roll, because the current roll I had was like crit chance, base damage, and electricity damage. And then the new one was like even more crit chance, a lot of crit damage, like 240% crit damage, and minus fire rate. And it's like, oh, I could just slap on a fire rate mod and balance that out. Little did I know, or little did I realize, yet when I took that, that also lowers the base damage, of course, because we lost the previous roll. And if you factor in the base damage, that means the actual, in practice, critical hit damage was exactly the same But now I had 70% less fire rate. And so I just had to keep rerolling the Attica Ribbon. I never quite got back to that. Right now I'm at one that just gives me crit chance and crit damage and no negatives. And I kind of left it there. Because, I mean, it works fine enough. Not as good as the old one. But only just a little worse. Yeah, that Pangolin primer from that guy is pretty amazing. And it was like plus slash plus cold, like increased slash damage, increased cold damage, both by around 100%. And then it was like increased base damage, but I think also 100%, unless it was like 150%. It was pretty high. And then it was like minus 90% finisher damage, which means stuff like stealth attacks and ground finishers, which, I mean, occasionally get to do those. They tend to have really high multipliers, like times 12 or times 24. So at minus 90%, you still deal a decent chunk of damage on finishers. Enough to insta-kill most enemies. And that's not really a negative. You get huge positives that increase. Okay, so the base damage on the Pangolin Prime is 270 base total damage. After I've modded out, including the ribbon, so there still are some other mods increasing damage, we are at 2070 base damage. I like this ribbon. Right now I'm working on an Axomati ribbon, which definitely want crit chance on that. I will not take it without crit chance unless it's really good other stats. Right now I got crit chance, toxin, and ammo maximum. The only thing I'm kind of not happy with is ammo maximum, because that's kind of superfluous. I mean, it is a positive, technically speaking, but all that does is increase my ammo reserves. And in most mission types, you get so many ammo drops, you never run out of ammo ever. Unless the gun has particularly low ammo reserve, and the Axomati is not one of those. So it's kind of a dead stat. Maybe a couple instances where it's actually useful, but generally it's not. The toxin's kind of eh. Yes, I can combine it with coal to make viral, but it also locks me into some eh. I can either do corrosive or viral, or gas, or toxin damage. I'm not too fond of toxin damage unless I'm fighting the corpus. Because toxin bypasses shields, but not armor, so it's not that particularly effective against the Grenier. While viral is good, but I have that on my melee weapon, and I kind of want to have different elements on my guns so that way I can get condition overload stacks. It's condition overload, it like doubles your melee damage for every status effect the target has, so like you got your status effects in your melee weapon, then just try and get different ones on your guns so you get even more status effects. Is the idea. So if I go viral on the guns, then the guns are powerful because viral doubles health damage. But I also have viral on my sword. Bit redundant to me. And then corrosive, which I mean that could work, that reduces armor. But aside from armor, corrosive is actually it doesn't do that much damage to shields. Actually does do extra damage to infested class. Let me try corrosive. And gas is eh. Gas is in a weird spot. It deals extra damage to light infested, but it deals reduced damage to flesh, And its status effect is that every second, the thing that's afflicted by gas spawns a little gas cloud that deals damage over time. I don't know what the calculation is for how much damage it is. It could be a fixed amount. It could be based on the initial damage that proc the gas. But either way, little gas cloud spawns. So it can hurt multiple people with one gas proc, but because the gas stays where it is, and the guy that has the gas proc can move, they don't deal that much damage. You're only getting one tick at that point. Works best on enemies that stay still, like the Corpus, ironically enough, even though they aren't infested and they don't take bonus damage from gas, because they tend to stand still a lot since they're shooting you instead of trying to run into melee you. Gas works, because then they just stand in like 10 gas clouds. But it doesn't work against Grenier because it doesn't bypass armor and it deals reduced damage to flesh, and Grenier have a lot of armor and a lot of flesh. And Infested's kind of because they're moving around a lot, so the status effect isn't going to be that useful. Maybe they do Swarm. I guess get a bit of spread damage. I just took a scoop of ice cream, but once it's swallowed, I will. Yeah. So Tales from an MR30. Someone who's played the game for years and years, years more than I have. Only played it for like a little over 3 months. Is that the meta status combination used to be blast and gas. Yes, explosive farts. That's because gas does what it's always done, what it currently does. But blast, on top of reducing enemy accuracy, used to also knock down as part of the status effect. So you hit them with blast to knock them down, and hit them with gas, so the gas clouds spawn on top of them while they're knocked down and they can't move. So you just have a lot of gas clouds in one spot, and they die there. They die in their own diarrhea. And then they removed the knockdown effect from blast proc, so that whole meta went away. So gas can still be very effective, just only if the target doesn't move, like, at all. I now have a thin layer of liquid ice cream in the bottom of this bowl. Okay, ice cream's done. Moved out of the way. The current meta is slash viral heat. Yeah, 3 statuses. That's apparently it's viral because I don't know when they changed this or if other stuff was just more effective. I've looked in the patch history. But viral as it is right now increases damage to health when it's. Oh, thanks for the message rating. Increases damage to health when the status effect procs. Not to shields. Won't have any effect on shields. But shields don't get damage reduction, so you can probably still go through shields pretty quickly. Increases health damage and it stacks with itself, like most, I think every stat, nearly every... Is it every status effect? I think every status effect can stack with itself. Most only stack to 10, some go beyond. Viral only stacks to 10. And the first stack of Viral increases health damage by 100%. And 10 stacks, it increases health damage by 325%. You are dealing quadruple damage at 10 Viral stacks to health. You can see why it's the meta element. Slash does increased damage to flesh, decreased damage to armor, and its proc is a bleed, which ignores armor. So that helps. And then heat can stack beyond 10. Heat is just a damage over time, but it also causes them to panic a bit when they're first set on fire. And also, over the course of 6 seconds, it removes up to 50% of their armor until the fire goes out, and then their armor returns to normal. So, between the three, you've halved their armor, quadrupled the damage you dealt, are still dealing... You're bleeding them out as well as burning them alive, and they can't quite do anything because they're panicking because they're on fire. Yeah, that's the meta elements. I didn't fully explain how fire works, because it's a bit involved compared to the other ones. As far as just, oh yeah, deal more health damage with every stack. Slash is just like, hey, we're going to cause a bleed that deals absolute damage, so it bypasses all damage reduction, but its damage is based on the initial hit that caused it, so it still is kind of mitigated by damage reduction. Heat, though, heat doesn't bypass armor, of course. It inflicts damage over time. You know, it sets them on fire. Where Slash works is that each stack of Slash is like its own dot. Its own timer and its own damage. You just get a lot of little Slash ticks for bleeding people out. But Fire is like, oh, if you have multiple fire procs on the same target, you don't get multiple fire timers, fire damage ticks. No, they just all combine into one big fire dot. So each additional fire dot just increases that singular tick that's going to happen, as well as refreshes the timer. We might be out of horses. Should be just grand. And on top of that, as I mentioned, they panic a bit, which is a little bit of CC. And over the course of the 6-second duration of the fire status effect, it will progressively reduce their armor. Welcome, Melissa. So, I think it takes like half the duration, 3 seconds, to hit 50%. And it takes 3 seconds for it to rev down back to, 100% armor. So I want to say it starts off at like 30% on the first second, and then to 45, and then to 50. Or something like that. By the third second. So obviously refreshing the fire effect by adding more fire procs means they stay at 50% armor for longer. And they take more fire damage. And we aren't done with horses yet. We have more family to take care of. Just like I have more horses to take care of. Yeah, fire's pretty good. Between the three of those things, you can handle armor and health pretty easily. It's just shields. But shields don't get damage reduction. There are some things that can give damage reduction to shields, but they're like, you'll know what they are. It's not like it's common or anything. Yeah, between those three, you can do a lot of damage to health. Like a lot. Yeah, I mean, what else could you mean other than hiring a hitman squad? Like, is there really another definition of take care of? Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, even if you pay for a gag order. Best to just hire some hitmen for your hitmen. Tie up all loose ends. I have not been keeping count. Ugh. They gone now? Should have killed maybe like 25 total, which would definitely imply there were like 2 or 3 spawn zones on through. Which is vexing, but hey. There you are. You equestrian prick. Ah. Fuck. I'ma need it. Honestly, less luck when it comes to finding these sources. I've got that down to a science, more so in guessing where the heck the spawn zones are. Do not want to go through 3 spawn zones. I'm just trying to get a straight line from building A to building B. I may have cleared out a spawn zone though, because it's only been coming from the one direction. They have not been coming from multiple directions, which is a good sign. There's also more now, because my wrist is pretty alright. It still ain't... I think I mentioned this before. It's not fully healed, but, like, mouse movements don't bother it anymore. So, I think it's okay to play PC games in moderation. I haven't played Mordhau in maybe close to a year now. Fun game. High skill ceiling, high skill curve. It's a... I don't know if it's welcoming to newcomers anymore. Because I haven't played it in almost a year. I wouldn't know. It already was kind of iffy, though, on newbies. Because, I mean, there is a very welcoming community, subsection community that will, like, train you from the ground up and be all nice and want to play with you and make sure you get better. And then there's just the meme-ridden pub stomping lot that seems to be becoming more and more so the veteran class. The living shitposts, I guess. I don't know what the state of the game is right now. There's almost certainly still going to be some living shitposts left in there. That's part of what kept the game alive, just laughing at all the buffoonery that would result. But for welcoming newcomers, they're not friendly. They aren't overtly hostile, but they're the kind of mean prankster when it comes to trying to learn things. Are we really? Is it really clear? Is it really genuinely clear? Dare I hope? I'm gonna walk straight down the line instead of right foot aligned. Actually, even left foot aligned. That should nudge us close. Nothing. Genuinely nothing. Cleared out the spawns. Mighty fantastic. Alright, I will heal up then. These injuries done and done with. 5% come back to me. Now the thing is, I could use a Ferrous Lockstone on this and make a healing spring, but it might be worth it here given just how absolutely fucking hostile this land is. But, you know. If only that were true for the entirety of the wasteland instead of just this one small section. Then I get to explore. No, I have to proceed inch by inch. I want to do it safely. Okay. Okie dokie. That wasn't... That felt... I know that pronunciation of okie dokie was intentionally odd, but that felt odd even to say. Like a mix of English and Japanese that didn't feel quite right. Alright, now I move down. And wait for the blizzard to advance. So if I happen to clear out all the zones from here to the next building, that would be fantastic. I'll also use up all of my prison stones to find that out, but hey. Oh hey, does that corpse still have an item on it? It might. Yeah, I think I see the faint glow of an item. And the faint shamble of an undead. Unexpectedly smooth curve. This guy's got an item too. Too bad. Don't quite get close enough. So every time I go off the line, it throws it off kilter again. Yeah, that is an item. Yeah, there may be a spawn up there, up the hill. Unless it was shared with one of the other ones. And oh, that's one of the things I wanted. That is one of the things. So the other item should be over in that direction. Well, let's go to a safe haven first. Oh, I think the beginning of the line is only just now starting to despawn. gosh, I almost took that for a horse. Oh. Is it? Dare I hope it's like the first and it's actually clear all the way to the building? No, that still is pretty far, but it was pretty far the other time as well. Yeah. Oh, then there's a Faram Knight with twin swords over there. Really? I'm this close. Another humanoid enemy out there. And that's it for Prism Stones. No more horses. Hold your horses. That pun was wasted. Alright, from here we sprint. Sprint as fast as our little scrawny legs can take us. And then we take shelter in the place with the Ice Knight. Give him an enema. Rear charge. Or resistant to fire. Well, that won't matter. And then human effigy. Okay. I want that corpse over there. Tank? Is that a corpse over there? Or on those boxes maybe? Along that cliff ledge should be where the thing I'm looking for is. And at this point, I may be able to just, you know, kamikaze it through, because I think I'm going to hope I have a safe path from building B to building C. Alright. Oh, I am seeing the item. We are definitely going to get a blizzard on the way. Oh, okay. Apparently it dies down when you get close. Very fortuitous, that. I'll use a binocular to survey, because I don't want to get close so I don't have to. Because maybe the blizzard will kick up when I get close to that stuff. Doesn't look like there's items. I don't remember there being items there from the map either. And that is all I care to do in the frozen wastes. Those guys will continue to stand there menacingly till the end of time. So, our booty is Ring of the Living. Appear human when a phantom. It took a bit over an hour. Wait, you don't want 2 level ups? Alright. 28. Yeah, it's like, what, 2, 12, that's 14. 20 more levels, and then I'll have 30 and everything. Okay, okay. Let's go back to some other things, I guess. Ah, now I need to do more ice stuff. I need to decide which directions I'm going. So I think I got this route. Well, maybe not. Mayhaps not. Oh yeah, this thing, while cool, is gonna have low crits, huh? Hmm. Eh. Makes me wonder how much damage this does now. As that golem knight out in the frozen waste might have been just a tougher variant, honestly. Yeah, I think it was a tougher variant. That is less damage. But, whatever. Alright, to the right, you can see there's a guy there. That wasn't there before. Trick question, he was always there. You just couldn't see him. Because until you get the eye of special people for special reasons with special powers, you can't see him. But he be there. Ow. Fuck. I really need to go this way. Nah. Oh, there's like... Oh, there's two of them, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. A little bit of extra punishment. Equip the Sword of Sortering. Yes, I will sorter my sword. Just like that. Oh, you've recognized that your ruse is gone. Too late for you, bub. How in the fuck did you cancel the... How did he cancel the knockdown from a backstab? That's right. Get prediction parries, bub. So yeah, you pick up the loot in the blizzard and he just shoots you. And then he attacks you while you can't see him. And it's like, oh no. What is smacking me? I think this is a good one. Yes, the other kind of a quote-unquote illusory wall. Durgo's hat. Is Durgo? Monocled hat favored by blue-eyed Durgo extends arrow range. The hero Durgo, an expert bowman, and his brother-in-law defended their homeland from aggressors. In spite of Lanfear's policy of isolationism, Durgo is well known, even beyond his domain. Ah yes, the sniper bow. The sniper hat. The snipper hat. Anywho, with the ice gone, I mean with the eye taken we can get that, but with the ice gone we can now go down here. Having faith greatly extends the duration of my trips. I don't have to dip into consumables. Oh, that fucker. Ah. How dare he? The heck's up with the wood bits in the air? Oh, I think I remember that item. I think I remember that corpse. I don't remember what item was there, but I think I remember it. And yeah, as you can see with the dog, you can see down there. You do actually go down there. But of course, that'll kill you if you drop from here. Hmm. Now I can go down this ladder, deal with them, or I can climb up, and one way was a shortcut. Yeah, it was up. It was uppity up, 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 and up. Don't fall down the ladder. Sure that doesn't happen. And shortcut open. Now where does this lead? Oh. Oh. Oh ho. Recognize this turf? Poke and slash. And boop. Yeah, that's pretty close to the start. And we've now solved the mystery of does not open from this side. I guess they just make doors that only have handles on one side or something. Or it's like the bathrooms where the lock is on the inside but not the outside. Maybe. But eh. I need to look that up. Wait, that... Oh, gosh, that was annoying. That was an annoying place to navigate. That was so annoying. There were those skimmers on the surface of the water that would just always get in your goddamn way when you wanted to cross the threshold. Ugh. Now, I played Super Mario 64 like at least over a decade ago, and I have that much annoyance in it from memory alone. Oh. Hi, Antonio. Try jumping, it says. Oh, that seems survivable. 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 I'm just gonna cast this right now. And this. Another precaution. And yeah. The magic weapon's honestly overkill. Yoink. Sure. I didn't roll to the right angle there. Cool. Cool. That is ringer resist. Oh, wait. Is that what I think it is, or is it not? That's my question. Meatballs. Meatballs are my favorite food. There should be a second ladder, right? No, there is no second ladder. Oh. I want to, like, check the tower room because I didn't actually look if there was a ladder in there. And I kind of doubt there is right now, but maybe there's, like, a really short one. No, it just drops. Yeah, not here is right. Okay. Ow. Oh, I'm out of that. Well, time to cast you. I wonder if new maps have been added to Mortal. Maps are pretty rare. Because it's like 10 or 11 guys. So, they gotta do everything. And I think they're European dev team too, so they actually have reasonable working hours instead of the passion and capitalism driven work till you drop dead hours of America. Hmm. I mean, less content for us, but at least they stay alive and healthy. Oh, shortcut number 2. But what's the closest bonfire to this? I think I do feel or remember a little bit. I might just be making this up now because you've mentioned it. That's just how memory do be at times, but kinda a little bit of that surrealness of being like a city half submerged kind of deal. But then just the fucking water skitters. God damn it. Get out of the fucking way. Okay. Here was an invasion of so-called epic proportions, so... Actually, you know what? Yeah, it does have max range. I want you to get closer to me. I don't have to engage you in the night. Cool. I'm good at backstabs. I don't know what 8-balls taste like. Have you tried asking an 8-ball? Glad to see you're taking after me with that nerp. Actually, have you ever used that term on stream? I use it plenty in text. Like yer, yar, yarp. Okay, that's one route done. Another route to go. Gotta check on the night company, because maybe there's another route that I don't remember. Hopefully, no. It is 21:32. I'm feeling kind of like 60% want to keep playing, 40% want to do something else. What do you say?
Many of Aloysius faithful, but not one of the king institute, but the night one. Many of but not the king, but the night one.
I know she seems pretty incorporeal, but I think she has like a physical body or something you can see. Just barely. I don't know, because I think I remember it being possible to kill her. Yeah, I can barely make out her silhouette up there. In some type of gown, I think. Anywho, when she is dead, the ice blocking the stairs will go away. But you don't have to kill her to have her die. Okay. I see 3 knights. Short track. What? What's this summon sign? Twiggy Shay. Oh, that's like an actual person? Damn, you almost look like an NPC. Okay. Okay, Schwiff. Uh. Management. Magic weapon. Anti-magic ring. If I had more memory and foresight or something, I would have definitely done it differently. Tried to sidestep that last ice lance. This one's aggressive. Oh, really? Because that name does not say NPC to me. A wacky name like Twiggy Shay just screams player. So, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of these guys. Ow. Yeah, where's my mace? Oh, here's my mace. Ow. God damn, the narrow hallways do not help. They hurt, in fact. I can't quite circle strafe. Especially if he hugs a wall. Alright, one of you has to be... Yeah, you're a mimic. That prick is a mimic. Look carefully. Yes. Or if I had... I mean, I guess. It's Twiggy Shay, I think. Ooh, hello there, Twinkling Titanite. Petrified Dragon Bone. I'll keep the mace out. I'm gonna have to deal with the golem soon. right now. Oh, I am just shy. I'm like 51 souls shy of a level up. Gosh, this path do be a pain in the ass. Because there's the golems around the chest, and you fuck. Ow. That's right, spears have range. That's what they're known for. My word, that's not a kill. That's one down. Okay. Oh, it is. I kind of thought it was. Part of me thought it was because of the placement of the summon sign. But where's the front? I need to try and kite you to the front of the chest. Welcome back. I'm trying to kite this thing to the front of the chest so I can activate Golem. That should do. Over here. Over here, you lumbering, dangerous buffoon. You're a hazard to everyone around you. Ah, I kind of saw that coming. I kill you right next to it, so that way I have the highest chance. Getting, yeah, both. Hey. Now I don't think. No, I don't. I don't need you. I don't need to spawn the other one, so over yonder, get you away. Oh, you can't quite fit. Alright, that was far enough. Oh! Oh, this is the real growth weapon in the game. A gray curved sword with an ominous blade, one of the forbidden weapons sealed away by the Ivory King. Formed by rock, tree, and the remnants of a most peculiar soul. It is said that the farther its wielder travels, the deadlier the blade becomes. Does this have a... Does it actually have a second heavy attack? Let's spam that. There we are. Must be during that. Okay. I was about to spoil it, but yeah. Yeah, you spoiled it for me. This sword scales with your NG plus cycle. It scales with your stats, sure, but it scales even more with your NG plus. Pain in the ass corridor. That's what this is. Wait, is that... Am I seriously behind... Well, that was quick. I thought this path would be a lot longer. It's still on my chat, but alright. It won't, it won't show up in the YouTube logs. Yeah. This is a completely different chat service. Yeah, I was gonna spoil it anyways. I just like to hold off. Build some suspense. I could fall down that way, but... Hmm. Oh yeah, that also did think... I don't think... Well, let's check. Let us check. And check. And check. Just keep mashing that A button. And we're good. What is said on Restream may not be taken back. You worry of treasure, therefore back. Alright. Where's this go? Oh! Oh, wonderful shortcut. Wonderful, wonderful shortcut. Okay, now I need silver cat ring. And if I'm fighting what I think I am, and that's a knight instead of a golem, then I mean the sword should do fine. It's a golem then. Did I take any damage? No, none. Yeah, it's a knight. Ah, it's a crystal-back soldier. Oh wait, I have the... stone ring equipped. Oh yeah, it drops me back in there. That's neat. No latches on this. No locks. Power clutch ring. No replenishment either. Oh, are there two? Oh boy, if there's two. No, I definitely saw two, but am I being chased by two? That is the question. I have to dodge, because it could have done the shockwave attack, and that might go through walls. Okay, so that guy's still there. I don't see anything... It's like the projectile leaves its hand, and then it throws it. Oh, hi. Ow. How you like me now? I kinda see it. There has to be a hidden wall somewhere. Or it genuinely is pointless. Oh no, we fall down. We all fall down. Yeah, visions of door, but there is no door there. Twin-headed great bow. If I remember right and proper. This is a strength scaling great bow. I don't have... probably if I two-handed, I'll have the strength. And that is the end of this path. The only button I broke the suspension on was for a GameCube controller playing Metroid Prime, because the power beam shoots as fast as you can press that button for. And that's what happened. One day, one press, it just didn't rise back up again. Well, you can still use it. It still works, but like the lightest brush and that A button is triggered. Like the snowflake it is. Anywho, uh, 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 mm. I think this'll be okay-ish. Oh, it's 2156. Um, we got summons, yeah, but I wanna get some XP on this from my end. So we put that down. And then I don't know. 81 employees with that. How much would I have with the normal, more clothy setup? 47. Getting summoned already. There's only one fight you can do here. Only one way. Are you kidding me? The hell's that guy's problem? Yeah, I'll stick with this. Or, wait, it is fragile though, so I don't know. No, I'll use this. It's the best string. Now we wait for a summon. Yeah, I got all 4 knights. That's good. That's good. We may not get to see it today. Yeah, how much twinkling have I got? 5. If I have like one more, I could probably upgrade this to a +3. Or the Bone Fist. Or the Bone Fist. Yeah, shields really should come last. Well, I do get more damage reduction from blocking. If it's not one of the ice stallions, I'm not blocking. I'm surprised the Summertime hasn't disappeared by now. Eh. Eh. YouTube is automated. It is what it is. Well, that's enough waiting for a summon. Thank you for watching, and we can pick this up tomorrow night. We're getting close to the end.